Good morning dear students, welcome back to our online class. So dear students, in last class what we are learning, we have completed the concept of chemical reaction and equation. With this we have solved some exercise part. Okay, so multiple choice questions we have did 2 marks, 3 marks. So whatever important things we have done, those all concepts are very important related to our exam point of view. So dear students, in today's class we are going to start the second chapter, that is acids, base and salts. So dear students, in this chapter what we have to learn, okay, so acid, base and salts we have to learn related to their physical properties, chemical properties, what are the reactions, what are the uses of acid, base and salts, how we can identify the acids, base and salts. Okay, so in previous classes already you have learned some general properties of acids. Okay, so acids may be base, may be salts. Okay, so we will study one by one. So first we are going to complete the concept of acid, then we will go for the base, then we will go for the salts. So dear students, in the first aspects in today's class, that we are going to learn about the general properties of the acids. Okay, so usually what are the general properties of acids? Let us study one by one. Okay, so when we are talking about the acids, so the general properties of acids. Okay, let us take one by one examples. So here when we are talking about the acids, so usually the acid components you can identify in the form of liquid substance itself. Okay, so you can just imagine this thing, that acid is usually you can find in the form of liquid substance. So dear students, here the general properties of acids we are going to learn first concept, that is the taste. So what is the taste of acid? So the taste of acid is sour. Okay, so it is usually sour in nature. Okay, so if it is sour in nature, then where you can identify this sour in nature? So the eatable things, is it possible to get acids there? Yeah, it is a possible. Let's take a simple example which we are using in our day-to-day life. Okay, so here the example just you take as a tomato. Okay, tomato. So here what is the taste of tomato? It is the sour. Okay, it is the sour. So here which acid is present? It is present here oxalic acid. Which acid present here? That is the oxalic acid. Okay, so in our day-to-day life, next example, you can take a curd. Okay, so curd, what is the taste of curd? Usually when fresh curd will be there, so here the taste is normal sweet. Okay, so no problem, we can eat it. But if you are just keeping 2 to 3 days or for long time, like 2 or 3 days, then curd, it will become a very sour. Okay, because what happened, when you will go for the mechanism of milk to curd, then lactose will be going to convert their lactic acid. So that due to the presence of that lactic acid, the curd is sour in nature. Okay, so here what happened, curd, when we are going to prepare that curd, the lactose which was present in the milk, it will going to be converted into lactic acid. Okay, so this lactic acid is present in the curd. Okay, so here lactic acid. You can take a next example, that is third one, ant sting. Okay, so whether it is a happened with you where any one of the ant you had give you a pinch? Okay, so what happens when this ant is biting to you, then what happens, that area should become a red color. Okay, you are finding some inflammation feeling at that time, you can't tolerate also. So why it is happened? It is happened due to the presence of formic acid, because in the ant sting they have formic acid. Okay, so these are the some example where you can obtain that on the basis of the taste the acids are sour in nature. Okay, so we have taken a few of the examples: tomato, oxalic acid, curd, lactic acid, and anti-sting, ant sting, that is the formic acid. So dear students, if you want to define the concept of acids, okay, if you want to find out the definition of acids, how you can recognize, so we have to take here the Arrhenius concept. Okay, Arrhenius concept. Arrhenius concept. Okay, so before going to the Arrhenius concept, just take another general property of acids. So first we will discuss that, then we will go for the Arrhenius concept. So usually when you are going to dissolve this acid, okay, dissolve the acid in a aqueous like a water, what happens here? It is dissociate the H atoms, okay, or it release the H atoms. Okay, so acid release H plus ions, okay, H plus ions in aqueous solution, Okay, so on this general property we are going to define the concept of Arrhenius. Okay, so who is Arrhenius? Arrhenius, who is a very famous scientist, okay, he was a famous chemist that has given a theory related to acid base. Okay, so many theories are there related to acid base, so which you will going to learn in the PUC. Okay, but at present what we have to learn? We have to learn only the physical chemical properties and their uses. Okay, so who was the Arrhenius? He has given the concept of acid. Okay, so when the acid is dissolving in the aqueous, what happened? It releases the H plus ions. So here we have a definition about the Arrhenius, which is given as for acids. Okay, so what is the acid here? Okay, so what is the acid here? Where the release of H plus ions in the aqueous solution, where the H plus ion is dissociated. Okay, dissociated. Okay, so here how we are going to define this Arrhenius concept? That when an acid is dissolving in aqueous solution, or aqueous medium, better you write, aqueous medium, it releases H plus ion. Okay, H plus ion, or you can say as the acid is dissociate their H plus ion. Okay, what do you mean by the dissociate here? It means breaking of the ions. Okay, so dissociate means dissociate, breaking of the ions, breaking of the ions. So dear students, when we are talking about the acid, when an acid is dissolving in an aqueous medium, it releases H plus ion, or the acid is dissociated there H plus ion. So what happens if you are taking the example of HCl? Okay, it is a very famous example for acid. Okay, when you are going to dissolve into water, okay, when you are going to dissolve in water, then what happens? The H plus, it will going to be dissolved here H plus. Okay, or you just better write the ions will going to be dissociate here. Okay, ions will going to be dissociate here as H plus and Cl minus. So this is the one of the theory or concept of Arrhenius concept. This will not going to ask in the examination, because Arrhenius concept is not related to your syllabus, but for understanding the concept of acid, I have taken this example. Okay, I have taken the concept of Arrhenius because he was the famous chemist who has given the theory of this acid concept. Okay, so once again I am revising all those things. So what is the acid here, which is sour in nature? It releases the H plus ion in the aqueous solution, or it dissociated their H plus ions. Okay, so now let us discuss the classification of the acids. Okay, so on the basis of occurrence, okay, on the basis of occurrence, so here on the basis of occurrence, it divided into two categories, that is the organic and another is inorganic. So when we are talking about the organic, it means obtained from nature. Okay, so usually the substance which we are getting or obtaining from the nature is called as the organic. Okay, so these acids we can obtain from nature. So which type of examples you can take? Already we have discussed in the starting of the video itself. Tomato. Okay, tomato. Okay, so what is the acid is present here? That is the oxalic acid. So dear students, we know this oxalic acid, but what is the formula of this oxalic acid? That is COOH. It will going to connect with another COOH. Okay, so this is the formula of oxalic acid. Next is, just take a next example. Okay, so it is a ant sting. So here which acid is present here? That is the formic acid, or you can call as a methanoic acid, no problem, methanoic acid. Okay, so what is the formula of this methanoic acid? That is the HCOOH. Okay, this is the example of ant sting. Okay, ant sting. So due to the presence of formic acids, when the ant is biting to us, what happens? The area will become red. Okay, so here this is the example of some of the organic acid. or you can take another example of curd. Okay, curd is also you can obtain from nature. So these two things you can obtain from the plant. Yes, so this is one of the natural resources. Curd is also animals. So both are the examples of natural resources. Okay, so here plant and animals, these both are the natural resources. So if such type of acids we are getting from the nature, then it is called as the organic acid. So dear students, here some of the formulas are there. So we have to be carefully read it, because in the future they have some application. Okay, not all the formulas we have to be learned, but some of the formulas are very important. So here I have given two. When I will get a such type of any kind of the information related to formula concept, I will intimate you. So better you just make a one chart itself and keep it with you. So it's better for you to understand and remember. Okay, so let's talk about the inorganic acids. So when we are talking about the inorganic substance or acids, it is prepared in laboratories. Okay, it is prepared in laboratories. Or industries. Okay, so many examples are there in inorganic acids. You can take HCl, that is the hydrochloric acid, hydrochloric acid, HNO3, nitric acid. Okay, the next example is about H2SO4, sulfuric acid. So here few of the examples I have taken here. Okay, some another examples are there about the inorganic acids. So I will give you one list itself, whatever important points we have to cover in this chapter, means which acids we have used in this chapter. I will give you one list, so better you just keep it with you. Okay, so list of the acid you must to know, because while solving the equations and the problems you must to know all these names. So dear students, on the basis of the occurrence we have discussed this thing. Okay, so in next class what we are going to do, we are going to learn about the on the basis of strength. Okay, on the basis of strength we are going to learn the next concept, but we have completed one concept. So on the basis of these things we are going to discuss one last point in today's class, that how to differentiate between the organic and the inorganic acid. Okay, how you are going to differentiate? So here you just check the formula. Okay, so here what you can find out, the OOH. Okay, the COOH, it is one of the group. Okay, it is one of the group. Here you can find here H. Okay, H, and here you can find out here that is OOH, OH, OH. Okay, so when you are going to differentiate between the organic and the inorganic substance, so keep in your mind always the organic acid is containing OOH. Okay, always the organic acid is containing OOH, whereas inorganic, okay, inorganic acid is containing H, not OOH. Okay, so this point you have to be keep in your mind. So on this basis itself we are going to solve some problems. Okay, so first we will take the problems in next class, then we will go for the next aspect, that is the occurrence on the basis of strength. Okay, till that time just go through the points, and if you are finding any difficulty to understand this thing, you can call me, no problem. Let's meet in the next class. Till that time, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.